Hi class, it's Lisa Burnside, and I have been asked to share my OneNote template for the classes and the research with everybody and show you how to use it. So let's go ahead and do that. Download from our site the classes template. Once you save that to your computer, you simply double click on it. Now if you don't have Microsoft OneNote already loaded on your computer, it will ask you to load the software. So it's going to actually be a zip folder, and so you want to unpack the notebook and it'll save to your default folder and just simply hit create. And I've already got that open. Once that particular notebook is open, you'll see in the template that we have some tabs up here. The first one is this APA Notes. So here you can simply just type anything you want to about notes. You click anywhere on the screen, and then what that will do is give you a space to start typing. You can also copy any information in here. You can insert pictures, spreadsheets, files, and when you actually attach a file as well, it will ask you if you want the actual entire file just strictly attached, or do you want to insert a printout. If you insert a printout, you'll see the actual document here. If you attach a file, you'll just see a shortcut to it there. So whatever you would like to do. Your tabs are also organized by pages, so you can put in as many tabs as you want. To add anything, if you want to add another tab, you simply hit the plus key, and then that will give you a new section in this case, and you simply type in the new name here. And once you type it in, there's your new tab, and then you have the ability to create pages. So the first page is untitled here, and here's your line for the title. And whatever you type here will go over there. And you just put in anything you want to within here. To add another page, you simply come over to the right and click the plus to add another page. And then again, you give it a title. And then you put in here whatever you would like to have in this area. Now notice too that there are some page templates. I've included some page templates already in here in this particular notebook, and this is the assignments and the reading ones, and I'll show you that in just a moment. So these are ones that are already in here. If you want to take a look at any of them, you simply click on it and it will automatically put in spaces for you to type things. So if you like this information in this particular layout, you select that template and you fill it out. Now you could create your own template and you put in information wherever you want it in here. And you can do things too, like input any to-do items. And one of the nice things that you'll have the ability to do is also put in these little check boxes in front of your to-do items as well. And that's on the Home tab by simply checking those. There are all kinds of little things that you can add into here, and they're all these little tags. So you can schedule meetings, put notes in here to discuss things. You can add projects if you want to. You can add this by customizing the tags to keep yourself organized in any way that you want to. And you can also remove tags from here. But now that's getting a little off topic here. That's something that you can do. I simply want to show you how to work within this particular template. So that's how you create new tabs and new pages. Now I've already created some for you. And also if you want to get rid of things, you simply right click on it and select delete. You can also move or copy things around using move or copy. So I've given you strictly APA notes because that's obviously something important that you're going to need to do. Links, the links to the various different areas you want to go to, you simply highlight it and then you go into insert and you want to insert your link, and then you put in the HTTP address, the URL to wherever that is, and then this will become a live link to bring you directly to whatever you need. Now notice I have this other group of tabs over to the right. These are subgroups, and within those I do a new one for each class. So on this class one, first thing that I do is coming in here to the schedule, and I change the name of this class to the actual class name. So right now I would go into right click and I go into my class and I give this oh, there we go. Right click on that and hit rename. So now I will rename this with 8161. I guess that's the class I'm in right now. And I would copy this for each of my classes. So here's my class 8161. And then I would put my schedule in here, so actual class schedule. I go in and I insert file attachment, and then I find my course schedule and I actually insert that right within this particular one. It'll come up and it'll put page after page after page. I think this is probably a 7-page schedule. Yep, oh, it's 17 pages. So here is my actual class schedule, all as individual pages, and it created all of those pages for me. So now I've got my schedule with me. You'll notice that my first module, I've got my reading items for week 1. So you can do these by modules or you could do them by week. So this particular class is broken up into weeks. So I'm going to change this from module 1 to week 1. And we have discussions and we have assignments. So this is discussion number 1. I copy and paste the assignment instructions here. So when I go in and I find my first discussion, I simply highlight the information off of here, and I can copy it and paste it into this section. And then any readings I can list in here. And some of them will say that they're assigned readings, some are additional readings, so I will put whether it's assigned or researched here, and then any additional notes. Each discussion usually has a due date and a response date, so I put those on here. Now, if I also have assignments, then I go into my page template, and again, I can add pages or add them from here. And if I add, again, it's going to give me the name of discussion 1. Well, I already have a discussion 1, so I'm going to now change this to assignment 1. And then I will copy and paste the assignment instructions here, put my reading information here, wherever I found that, and any additional notes. And I create these discussions and assignments for each of my weeks or modules, depending upon how your class is broken up. So all of that information is organized there. Now notice I refer to readings. So I've included a readings tab here. The first thing I like to include in this untitled page is the bibliography that comes with these classes. And so any of the additional readings, I've got all the information there. So again, I'm going to do a file attachment. Here's my bibliography. I like to have it in the middle here, or you can do it as an attachment, whatever works for you. But now here's my bibliography for all of the assigned readings plus some more. And those will all be in here. Now let's say I'm doing this reading on this whatever person is, so I have an individual page for them. And I will give them their name, Anta, whatever they are, and the title of that document. Then I include in here my APA information. So this is going to be Anta 2015. And then the reference will actually be how it is in APA. Now I've bolded that area, so I'm going to unbold it. And it would be then 2015, and it would be title, and then it would be italicized, publisher, comma, volume, which we'll say is 6, and then I don't have to put the issue number because it's going forward, and I've got those page numbers on there, and then, oops, that's not italicized, and then remember your DOIs, whatever that happens to be. There we go. So now every time I need to use a cite in the text, or I need to use this reference, all I simply do is I copy and paste this into my assignments or my discussions. So it's there, properly formatted each and every time. Then I also come in here and I copy the actual abstract out of the article, so I have that. keep in mind everything that's in OneNote is searchable. There's a search tab up here, and so you can put in here words that you're looking for and it will search all this information and find them, which is great for all of keeping track of all of your references. I've also included a box here to let me know, was this an assigned reading or was this one that I researched? Because some of your stuff you have to have assigned, others you have to have so many researched. And then I note, is it peer reviewed, yes or no? And then I put in the year of the article and then what the topic was, what it was all about. If it was research studies, if it was the leadership styles, whatever it is that I'm looking for. And if you don't want those bolded, you just simply highlight it and unbold it, or you can unbold it from home. So then I put those in here so I can track all of my readings and the notes. So my abstract's in here. There's the abstract all copied in. And then I've got room for some additional notes. What is it about this that is really important to me, that I want to know maybe for my modules or for whatever? So I can look that information up each and every time. So over to my right, I'm going to have an individual page for every article. I'm going to have an individual page for every book that's in here. So I simply copy and paste. Once I've got my APA style down, I can reread my abstract so I can quickly see which ones I'm using for what. And I can also do a search on all of this. So when you've got all this research going on, you'll see which ones were certain leadership styles, which ones do you use for research, was it a particular industry, and make it really easy to find this. You could see which ones you were looking for that are assigned, or which ones you researched on your own, by years, whatever you want to do. And then the last tab I've included in here are contacts. So I've got it set up for the instructor. I put in their name, their email address, their phone numbers, and then their office hours. And you can include any other information you want in here. And if there are people in your class that you want to stay connected with, or maybe some people to help you with your research, you can include all of that information in there. Now to get further back up again, I simply hit this arrow to go back up. And now if I have another class, then I can actually start a new section group, and I can do my next class that I want to, 8742, and then within these sections, I can actually copy them over to my new section. So here's 8742. I can copy, don't do move, because it will actually take it out of here and move it there, and simply hit copy. And all I'm doing is I'm right-clicking on these and I'm selecting to copy it. And then I select where I want it copied to, 8742, make sure I hit copy. And so now when I hit this up arrow to go back up to all of my classes, here's 8742, there's my schedule and my week information in there, and I can just keep adding and adding and adding my information. So the format's already there, it's very simple, and you're keeping your information by classes. But all those really important readings that are under each of your classes, they're searchable. And even when you do search here, it's searching your entire notebook. So if you want to use some readings maybe that you researched from a previous class in your new class, that's perfectly fine. You can find it there. And you can do links back to any of that information. But this hopefully will keep you very organized with any of your notes at any additional sections. These are the ones that I think I put in just for overview for everything that we do kind of at Walden. I keep these sections in here to keep each of my class information organized, and hopefully that will help you. Every time you put something in, the system automatically saves it for you. Now, the first time that you do it, it will ask you to add a Microsoft account. If you don't have a Microsoft account, take the time to get a free Microsoft account, because what this will do is automatically save a copy on your local desktop plus on Microsoft OneDrive, and then this copies onto any device you want. So if you have a tablet, if you have a phone, you simply download the OneNote app, and then all the same information comes down. You don't have all this functionality at the top that you do on the tablet and the phone, but you get all of this information that's down below. And so if you're sitting around, you need to do any reading, you need to see what's coming up on your assignments or your discussions, all of your information's right there on all of your devices. I know that went rather quickly, and hopefully this will give you some good information as to how to use the free OneNote to organize your classes.